Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to call to order the regular monthly meeting of the House and County Board of Education for May 2021. I would ask that everyone would silence our cell phones so as not to disturb our meeting. We will have a moment of silence, and then we will stand and be led the Pledge of Allegiance by Dr. Unruh. A moment of silence, please. Thank you. Please stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We have a recognition we want to ask from the Georgia Department of Audits and Accounts. We have Dr. Scott.
Yes, sir. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to recognize our finance department. The House and County School District has received the award of distinction for excellent financial reporting from the Georgia Department of Audits and Accounts. The district continued to meet all reporting deadlines in the 2020 fiscal year audit report, had no qualifications or findings, earning this recognition reserved for boards that go beyond minimum requirements of generally accepted accounting principles. The Finance Department has received this award every year since the award's inception in 2014, and I just want to offer congratulations to Mr. Dublin and the Business and Finance Department on receiving this award for the 8th consecutive year. All of our board members, our schools, and our departments played an important role in achieving this award. Stephen and his staff deserve the lion's share of this recognition. And with that, I want to ask if the business and finance people in the room, if you would just stand and let us recognize you. And Stephen, if you'll come forward, and then I'm sure Jeff will want to get a And Stephen, here's the report from the Department of Audits, and congratulations on that as well. We can get a picture later with the whole group there. And with that, Chair, then I'll turn it back over to you for the next recognition.
Yes, we have another recognition from the Parish Construction Group, Mr. Bill Laudermilk. You'll come forward. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Thank you for your time. So as you know, House and County is celebrating its 200th year anniversary, and we wanted to come here today and help commemorate that. But just a message from Parish Construction to this board and this system. We want to thank you all so much for the support that you've given us over the years. We started our business here 25 years ago, and we're blessed to work all over the state of Georgia, but there's nothing like working at home. And of all the local authorities who have blessed Parish with work, no more so than this board over the years. And we thank you. We know we've got to earn each and every job, but we thank you for the opportunity to keep. So as CEO of Parish, you know, we have 125 talented professional construction folks that go to work every day for Parish. And as CEO, one of my neatest, one of the coolest things is my door gets darkened all the time with one of those folks with an idea to float past me. Some of them are good ideas and some of them aren't so good ideas, but Mr. Bill Laudermilk, who you all know, and is by far the best carpenter I've ever met, he came to me with an idea that I'd like him to share with you.
Well, in commemorating the county, I designed a little map of the county, a little flag. It's got House and County, Georgia, celebrating 200 years. On the back, you'll find a notation that it's made from charity that it actually came from House and County. But I only add one thing to what Ray said. We live in a wonderful community, a wonderful county. And you guys are a huge part of that. everywhere I go, the Houston County Schools are recognized for your exemplary service to our children, to our community. I just want to thank you for that. So many times your job is a thankless job, but you deserve to be thanked and appreciated for the quality of education that you provide for our children. So with that, we'd just like to present you with these, and hope you enjoy them, and help us celebrate 200 years.
Thank you all very much. And I would just like to make a comment to say to you all, to your construction company, thank you all for the quality of work that you all bring to Houston County, our school system, facilities, or what it is, because of the quality of work that you all bring. So thank you all very much. Next on our agenda will be the adoption of the agenda. Ms. Hughes.
Yes, thank you, Chairman Wilson. I move that we adopt our agenda as presented.
Second.
It has been motioned and seconded that we adopt our agenda as presented. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you very much. Next item will be the approval of the previous meeting minutes. Ms. Hughes.
Yes, I also move that we approve our minutes from our previous meeting.
Second.
It has been motioned and seconded that we approve the minutes from our previous meetings. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you very much. Board member comments. Do any board members have any comments you'd like to make? I would like to make a comment. We are approaching the end of the school year and, of course, graduation. And I want to say from the depths of my heart and everything within me, thank you to all of our school leaders, all of our school employees, all the staff, the board, Dr. Scott, you and your staff. Thank you all for everything that you have done and you are doing and continue to do to give quality education to our children. And all that you all have had to deal with this past year, during this school year, making adjustments as needed on the spot for the safety of our children and everything. Again, I say from the depths of my heart, thank you. Your quality education is what we are all about. High achieving students is what we're all about. So again, thank you, and thank you. Superintendent report, Dr. Scott.
Yes, we are proud that 2 of our school nutrition employees won top state awards from the Georgia School Nutrition Association. Ms. Wanda King, the nutrition manager at Northside High School, was named the 2021 Georgia School Nutrition Association Manager of the Year. Ms. Jennifer Graham, food assistant at Matt Arthur Elementary, won the 2021 Georgia Employee of the Year. Ms. Graham was also named the Employee of the Year by the National School Nutrition Association for the Southeastern region, which covers 6 states. So congratulations to Meredith and her staff. Star Student Teacher on April 15th, Houston County High Senior Emma Ringy was named a 2021 District Star Student for Houston County. She chose Ms. Jennifer McDaniel as her star teacher. Congratulations also to our other star students and teachers from Northside High School, Penelope Jackson and Mr. John Masters, from Perry High School, Max Genio and Dr. Courtney Herbert, from Veterans High, Bella Caldwell and Ms. Jennifer Douglas, and from Warner Robins High School, Farinaz Zahiri and Mr. Jason Smith. We appreciate the Chamber's support of our STAR program and certainly offer our congratulations to our students and our teachers. At the last board meeting, I thanked Houston Healthcare for bringing the COVID-19 vaccine to our campuses for our teachers and staff who wanted the vaccination. This month, I'd like to again recognize Houston Healthcare for providing a voluntary COVID-19 vaccination clinic at the end of April for our students aged 16 or older. 332 students had a parental consent form received the vaccination at their high school, and those second shots will be given beginning May 13th. We are so thankful for our partnership with Houston Healthcare and all the support they have provided us, especially during this pandemic. This coming Thursday, on May the 13th, we will have our annual retirement banquet at 6 p.m. in the Agri Center's Miller Murphy Howard building. We have 115 employees that are retiring this year. We look forward to honoring our retirees for their years of service and thanking them in person for their work and dedication. Sponsors made this banquet possible, and their support is appreciated. Many thanks to our system premier sponsors that each provide from $5,000 to $10,000 annually to support our district-wide special events. This includes Total, Parish Construction, Flint Energies, and HEA Federal Credit Union. The ultimate event for the school year is our graduation, and that's almost here. We have only 11 more school days until our graduation ceremonies. Veterans High and Perry High will graduate on Friday evening, May the 28th, and Houston County, Northside, and Winter Robins will graduate on Saturday, May the 29th. All of the ceremonies will be held at the Agri Center's Reeves Arena, and approximately 1,900 seniors will graduate district-wide. And we're so proud of our graduates and wish them congratulations. Also, our district's 150th anniversary is coming to a close as the 2021 school year ends, and as a culminating activity, several of our schools in the central office will create a time capsule to be opened in 50 years. A plate on the capsule will indicate its opening during the school year of 2070 and 2071 in honor of the district's bicentennial. Our schools will post their ceremonies on social media this month, and will add information to our history webpage as our 150th anniversary celebration comes to a close. The special dates for the remaining of the school year include, in fact, we celebrated Teacher Appreciation Week and School Nutrition Employee Appreciation Week last week, and then moving forward, tomorrow is National School Nurse Day, and we, at the Health Department meeting, recognized Dana for that as well, and so we wish all our school nurses happy School Nurse Day. This month is also Mental Health Awareness Month and Better Hearing and Speech Month. And we are so thankful for all of our teachers and support staff, and appreciate everyone's effort toward our mission to produce high achievement students. In addition, a special event is planned for the end of May. A ribbon cutting will be held for the Phil Gentry Farm on May the 24th at 3 p.m. We look forward to honoring Dr. Gentry and all that he has done for our agriculture students across the district. And that concludes the superintendent's report, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, sir. The next item on the agenda are the department reports. At our work session on yesterday, we reviewed these reports and for information and any other comment from board members on these reports. Now we'll go into old business. The first item on the agenda under old business will be the new policy GARJ. Brian.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve as presented policy GARJ. Policy addresses employee retirement for all employees. Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the policy GARJ for employee retirement. All in favor of the motion, please show my hand. Thank you. New business, the fiscal year 2022 budget hearing. Mr. Gerald.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, before the Board of Education can adopt a fiscal year budget, they're required to have a public hearing to receive input from the public for or against the budget as proposed. This is that time, and so at this point, I would ask, is there anyone here who would like to speak against the proposed budget? Hearing none, is there anyone to speak in favor of the proposed budget? Mr. Booth?
Yes, I would like to speak in favor of our tentative budget proposal. We are proposing a general fund budget for next fiscal year of $313 million. That will leave a fund balance of $54 million. And our overall budget will be $456 million when you consider the debt service fund, the capital projects fund, and all the other programs and grants. And that would leave an ending fund balance of $120 million. Included in the budget are all the departmental requests that were approved by the superintendent, as well as a recommended 4% cost of living increase for all classified employees and a 4% cost of living increase on the Houston County revised state salary scale, as well as all step increases for years of service for both classified and certified employees, as well as other equipment requests that were made by the various departments and approved by Dr. Scott. So it is a very good budget. It leaves us with a fund balance that we can continue to sustain these salaries and these increases. And it allows us to do a better job of recruiting and retaining some of the most qualified teachers and employees. It's a very good year financially for the Houston County school system.
Is there anyone else to speak in favor of the budget? Hearing none, then I declare this public hearing closed and then here will be appropriate to the hearing.
Thank you, sir. Our next agenda item will be the tentative fiscal year 2022 budget itself. Ms. Helen Hughes.
Yes, I move that we tentatively approve the fiscal year 2022 budget.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the tentative fiscal year 2022 budget in the amount of $313,015,556 with an ending balance of $54,081,152. Any further comment? If not, all in favor of the budget being approved, please show right hand. Thank you very much. Independence Day celebration, intergovernmental agreement with the city of Warner Robins. Ms. Lori.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the intergovernmental agreement with the city of Warner Robins for the Independence Day celebration.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the Independence Day celebration intergovernmental agreement with the city of Warner Robins. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Purchase of real estate from Flint Electric Members Corporation. Hope.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to say that recommend the superintendent's recommendation of the purchase of land lot 165 of the 10th Land District in Houston County, which is 28.43 acres. The purchase price of the property will be $6.2 million to be paid at closing with a $10,000 earnest money to be applied as part of the payment.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the purchase of real estate from Flint Electric Membership Corporation in the amount of $6.2 million with an acreage is 28.43. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. No, excuse me, introduce the technology. Thank you. The financial report. Rick.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve the March 2021 financial reports as presented.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the financial report for March of 2021. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Our purchasing report, Lori.
Yes, sir, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the purchasing report as presented yesterday. That financial impact is $64,739 for the general fund and $50,690 from the East Boston funds.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the purchasing report for May 2021 in the total amount of $115,429.43. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Approval of the architect for the new field house for Perry High School. Dave.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the Embryo Design Group as architect for the new field house for Perry High School financial impact of $117,000.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we give approval to the architect for the new field house for Perry High School for Embryo Design Group. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. David Purdue Elementary roof replacement. Helen.
Yes, thank you. I move that we approve the bid of Dusty Greer Roofing Incorporated for the David Purdue Elementary roof project with a financial impact of $573,530.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the roof replacement for David Purdue Elementary School for a financial impact of $573,530. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. The Houston County Career Academy roof replacement. Brian.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve as presented the bid from Ellie Schwartz for the roof replacement of the Houston County Career Academy with a financial impact of $849,000.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the roof replacement for Houston County Career Academy with a financial impact of $849,000. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Underground right-of-way easement at Veterans High School. Hope.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a recommendation that we approve the agreement between Flint Electric Membership Corporation and Houston County School District regarding the underground right-of-way easement for Veterans High School's new addition.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the underground right-of-way easement at Veterans High School for the new addition to Veterans High School. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Voluntary student accident insurance. Dave.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the Young Group to continue as the provider of voluntary student accident insurance for the 21-22 school year.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the voluntary student accident insurance at no cost to the Houston County school system. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Our personnel report. Rick.
I move that we accept the personnel report.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we accept and approve the personnel report for May 2021 as presented. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Job description revision. Brian.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve as presented the job description revision for school nutrition manager.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the job description revision as presented for school nutrition manager. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Job description revision for the teaching and learning. Lori.
Yes, sir. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the job description revision for Director of Teaching and Learning that will incorporate all teaching and learning director positions into one job description.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the job description revision for the Director of Teaching and Learning. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Job description revision. Dave.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve and present the job description revision for the coordinator of teaching and learning.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the job description revision as presented for the coordinator of teaching and learning. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Job description rescinding Director of Professional Learning. Hope.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a recommendation that job description of Director of Professional Learning be rescinded. It will be combined with the Director of Teaching and Learning.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the job description rescinding for the Director of Professional Learning as presented. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Job description rescinding for the Coordinator of Accountability. Rick.
Yes, sir, I'd like to make a motion, please, to rescind the job description for Coordinator of Accountability, having been combined with the Coordinator of Teaching and Learning job description.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the job description rescinding for the Coordinator of Accountability. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Job description rescinding for the Coordinator of Assessment. Dave.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve as presented the rescinding of the job description for the Coordinator of Assessment as it has been combined with Coordinator of Teaching and Learning.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the rescinding of the job description for the Coordinator of Assessment. All in favor? Motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Apex Health Course Unit. Lori.
Yes, sir. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the Apex Health Course Unit as presented yesterday.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the Apex Health Course Unit as presented on yesterday. All in favor of the motion, all in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. ELA textbook adoption for grades 6 through 12. Brian.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve as presented the ELA textbook adoption for grades 6 through 12 with a financial impact of $2,146,956.15.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the ELA textbooks adoption for grade 6 through 12 for a financial impact of $2,146,956.15. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Policy GBQ rescission. Rick.
Yes, sir, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the recession of policy GBQ. This policy has been replaced earlier this session by policy GARJ.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we rescind policy GBQ as it has been replaced by policy GARJ. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Those are all the items that we have on the agenda at this time. We now will we want to allow the persons to address the board as they requested, and we have right now we have Ms. Unsworth. Are you here? Okay. And we also have Mr. Joseph Neal Pope.
Yes.
Okay. Different subject or same subject?
Same.
Same. Okay. We'll have one person to address the board on that subject, and also.
I have both.
We all called.
We all called separately, like, we
Right.
have different agendas. I mean, it may be the same topic, but we have our own experiences.
Okay, sir.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we also have, let's see, Unsworth, Pope, and Mr. Seth
That's
Wheeler.
That's me, sir.
Oh, that's you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, gotcha. We'll go in that order. Ms. Unsworth, Mr. Pope, and Mr. Seth Wheeler. Each of you will have 3 minutes. Would please? Thank you.
I would like to begin with prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this opportunity to speak today. Lord, I pray it is not I who speak, but you who speak through me. Lord, I pray for ears to hear and eyes to see more truth behind this topic. Lord, I understand that you already know the outcome of this meeting, and I know you called me to take a stand for the children at this meeting. So here I am, being obedient to your call. Lord, I pray your will be done. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Good afternoon. My name is Casey Unsworth. I am a mother to 2 children at Hilltop Elementary, and I'm also a director of a local children's outreach ministry, a coach to a t-ball and a softball team in the community, and a full-time Robbins Air Force Base employee, and most of all, a faithful believer in Jesus Christ. I have been called by God to be a bold leader and to speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, even when the topic is a controversial one. And this is why I'm here. I'm here for the thousands of children who have been forced to wear masks due to the fear of other people. We have placed the responsibility of other people's health on children who are as young as 4 years old, and it's time to stop. It is clear the CDC and the Department of Public Health are two organizations this school system is looking to for guidance. But at what point do we, the parents or students' voice, stand and hold more grounds in your decision making? Stop hiding behind the recommendations of CDC and the DPH. We did not elect them. We elected you. So please speak up for us. How many times does the CDC have to go back and forth on their guidelines before we take notice that maybe they aren't the best option to look to for guidance? And should it be the end-all be-all for how we as a county run our schools? If the CDC was so sure of masks preventing the spread of viruses, then why do they require their personnel to wear hazmat suits when dealing with this virus? If the masks work, what's the problem? The masks our children wear have never prevented the spread of viruses, and it even states on the back of the box, readily available for public purchase, not for respiratory protection. If the fit, the material, and how the mask is being worn doesn't matter, then the masks are pointless. If we are giving out mask exemptions, then what does that say about the mask necessity? This leads me back to my main point of why our children are wearing masks. They are wearing masks to make people feel better and less fearful. And it is time for adults to stop placing the risk of other people's health as a responsibility to our children. People must start taking responsibility for their own health and let our kids be kids. Show me one child that has benefited from wearing a mask.
15 seconds.
Can you do that? Can you honestly say one child didn't catch COVID because they had a mask on? What we do know about mask wearing is it does increase the risk of allergies, asthma, hypoxia, CO2 toxicity, anxiety, social, developmental, psychological impacts on our children as well.
Time, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hey, y'all, I'd like to say thank you to my beautiful wife for holding up the fort for me. And also, I pray the Holy Spirit will lead me today and y'all hear truth and love. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your time today and your service to our children and our community. Honestly, this is the last thing I wish I was doing. I've always looked to y'all for guidance. I've always accepted y'all's guidance. Even being here today makes me appreciate y'all's work that much more. And I know y'all are in a tough spot with kids, with parents, but ultimately it's about the kids. We're here today because we want the choice of sending our kids to school with or without masks. My first issue with masks is that there's not any scientific studies that show that all these different type of masks stop the viruses. The CDC explains that these masks work by containing droplets of coughing, sneezing, or laughing. And after 15 months, the CDC still hasn't shown tests that can independently verify for the homemade face mask, the bandana face mask, the disposable face mask, and all the others. I got one right here. If you hold it up, you can see through it. So it's like, how's that protecting with a virus that's so small? I understand their point about the droplets, but from common sense, it's not something that should be on our kids. There's only one thing that all the masks being used have in common, and that's that it covers our sons and daughters' faces. I'm sure that this will have unintended consequences like contaminated, dirty, wet masks on our kids' face for 8 hours a day. This leads me to my second point, and of course my most important, and what Casey has said. Why are our kids wearing masks when they aren't even really affected by the virus? Everybody's life is precious, but out of 75 million kids, there's been 332 deaths covered by the CDC. That's such a small amount. We can't group everybody in together and say you have to wear a mask because of that small amount of kids. I believed a year ago that this was the right thing to do, but since then, studies have come out showing that kids don't transmit the virus the same way that the adults do. I can't imagine being a child in the classroom and looking around and being scared to touch anything or talk to my classmates or even be close to them. It's definitely going to affect the students socially, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And what kind of setting are we putting our children in when they feel responsible for the health and well-being of the adults and teachers at school? I can't imagine our parents or our grandparents' generation doing something like we've done and saying, we're going to sacrifice y'all's kids, our kids, for our benefit.
15 seconds.
Okay. Before, our parents and grandparents would have sacrificed themselves and their lives for the betterment of our kids, and we aren't doing that, I don't feel. So, thank you all very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Good afternoon, members of the board, chairman. My name is Seth Wheeler of Barry. I'm here today to discuss the safety and well-being of our children in our county's education system that I feel has been grossly neglected. For over a year now, our children have been at the mercy of the decisions made right here over the handling of the coronavirus that I believe will have dire consequences that extend throughout their entire lives. From the closing of our schools last year and the canceling of remaining athletics and school activities to the social distancing requirements, mask mandates, quarantining protocols, the kids are the ones who have had to bear it all. My 15-year-old daughter alone was quarantined last year from school on 3 different occasions, amassing a total of 18 days that she was absent through no choice of her own, all while never once displaying a single symptom of having COVID. This was by far not an easy undertaking for a child that has been a straight-A's gifted student since the 3rd grade. Do you not know how difficult it was to watch my daughter struggle to maintain her academic good standing, all because of the decisions made right here? On all 3 occasions, contact was made with the principal and discussions were had about masking policies and their effectiveness. I also reached out to the school district where I spoke with Chris Brown, who basically gave little reasoning other than they are following CDC guidelines and instructions given by the governor's office, to which he sent me material for my viewing pleasure. This did little to help me understand why my child was being quarantined because of a possible exposure to the virus. If they are being required to wear a mask up to 8 hours a day and are being told that they are effective. The fact of this matter is many of my questions couldn't be answered because many of them didn't even understand the decisions being made themselves, other than this is the guidance that they are given to follow. If we're going to be honest with ourselves, none of this makes any sense. The actual science that everyone keeps suggesting we follow doesn't point to children being greatly at risk for contracting or succumbing to COVID. The science doesn't point to high numbers of asymptomatic transmission from child to child or child to adult. The science doesn't point to the effectiveness of cloth masks in reducing the transmission rate of a 120 nanometer sized particle. In fact, the science points to the exact opposite, in that we are doing more harm than good by enforcing many of these COVID restrictions on our children. Studies show that the masks are creating psychological damage, especially among infants and children, with devastating impacts on the cognitive development of children. Studies also show that mass exposure of our children expose our children to high levels of CO2, a reduction of blood oxygenation, which can lead to hypoxia. There are many other issues such as bacterial exposure, dizziness, headaches, anxiety, sleep problems, behavioral disorders, and fear of contamination in our children. We know that scientifically it's the elder and those with pre-existing conditions who are at greater risk in our communities. So I ask that we try and reach out and protect them and not cast our children aside. I ask you today to lift the mask requirements and let parents decide what's best for their children and their families.
Thank you. Thank you all for your concern. Thank you for sharing this with us, and all of it will be taken into consideration. Thank you all very much. I need a motion to go into executive session for personnel matters and student matters.
So moved.
It has been motioned and seconded that we go into executive session for personnel matters and student matters. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Thank you very much. You all may be excused, and the executive cabinet and board members